you think about the number of people who have mobile phones compared to those who have bank accounts, it's multiples. Of 7 billion people in the world, 2.5 or so have a bank account of some type. Multiples of that have mobile phones. So to me, working with mobile phones is a big opportunity in converting cash into electronic. In that context is the mobile money partnership. What that does is it makes your mobile phone a payment processor. So you can use it to make a payment at a store by having a prepaid card with us. So the prepaid card will be accepted by any store that accepts MasterCard. So you can take your money from your phone onto the prepaid card and therefore transact. Or you could use it to actually send money from you to me through that phone, through an SMS messaging system. Or you could use it to actually be able to transfer money to that merchant in the same way.
So the 85% share that you mentioned is still in cash. How do you see that trying to shrink, presumably going over to plastic, and how quickly will that shrink?
The pace of that shrinking is a very tough sort of answer to provide you with. But I would tell you this, that the secular trends in the world economy, be it urbanization, be it globalization, be it the expansion of domestic consumption through all this, the increasing share of young people who have a little more money than they used to in the past as the middle class grows, all this tends to drive electronification of payments faster. In the US, as an example, Social Security payments, 24 million every fortnight, are made by either a check or a direct deposit to people's banks. A lot of the people who get Social Security don't have bank accounts. They end up taking that check to a check casher, paying a margin to the check casher to get their own money. What we are actually doing in collaboration with the US Treasury is that by 2013, all these payments, every one of them, will be made either by direct deposit or a MasterCard prepaid card. They will not need to spend the money they spend on this check casher. Two, the US Treasury will save $1 per check. That's how much it costs them to issue a check compared to putting the money on a prepaid card. That's $600 million of savings a year to the US government. That kind of thinking, I think, will even accelerate the migration of the 85 to 84. So your question is very deep. How quickly does it happen? Tough to predict. But we can do things to make it happen faster.
Now, last summer, MasterCard, of course, signed an agreement with China UnionPay,
yes,
and also signed an addendum to extend the terms of the existing MOU. Can you just talk a little bit about the agreement and the addendum and the significance they have?
So I consider the Chinese market as a whole very, very attractive and strategic for our company in that fight against the 85% that's cash. China has a disproportionate share of its payments in the form of cash and non-electronic commerce. And so I believe that at the end of the day, if domestic consumption in China is to truly become the balancing factor that this government is looking to do in this 12th five-year plan, then one of the enablers of that will be the electronification of payments. So given that background, China UnionPay, which is enabled by the Chinese government to be the sole domestic processor of transactions, has to be an important partner for somebody with this kind of vision of where the future should go. So MasterCard and China UnionPay have done a degree of partnership together over the last couple of years, most of which derive from a common mutual benefit for both our companies. So for example, we are looking for better acceptance of MasterCards in China. China UnionPay is helping us do that in exchange for a revenue benefit. China UnionPay is looking for better acceptance outside of China, for example in e-commerce. We have just enabled China UnionPay cards to operate through our e-commerce gateway around the world for purchases for Chinese residents on e-commerce sites. It's a mutually beneficial business agreement aimed at essentially improving our business in China and their business outside of China.
Now, just a final question, and it's something that we've touched on already. Do you think online payment systems are posing a challenge to more traditional areas of the banking business now and in the future, or is that something that you really feel as a company that you can embrace?
It connects back to how you view the market. If you view the market as 85% still cash and only 15% electronic, then anything that can help you reduce the 85 to 84 to 83 to 80 is a good thing. But if you view your business only as the 15%, then everything outside of the 15 is a threat, not an opportunity. I am very focused on the 85. And so what I'm trying to do is to view all these trends as opportunities for our company, whether it be online, whether it be social media, whether it be mobile banking or mobile phones, all of them are ways to get at the 85.
Mr. Banga, thank you very much.
Thanks a lot.